In the quiet suburban town of Maplewood, there lived a middle-aged man named Jonathan Blake. He was intelligent, hardworking, and successful in his career. However, Jonathan had one major flaw, he lacked respect in his words and actions. Though he never intended to hurt anyone, he often interrupted people mid-sentence, dismissed the opinions of his colleagues, and ignored small gestures of courtesy. At work, his employees admired his business skills but often found him unapproachable. At home, his wife and children felt unheard. His elderly parents, who had always tried to instill good values in him, reminded him that a true gentleman is not just defined by success, but by how he treats others. Jonathan, however, believed that intelligence and hard work were the only keys to success. He thought respect was just about using polite words, not about genuinely valuing people. One day, while visiting a local bookstore, Jonathan met an elderly retired judge named Mr. Richard Hayes, known for his wisdom and fairness. Mr. Hayes was respected by everyone in town. Observing Jonathan's dismissive tone while talking to a store clerk, Mr. Hayes smiled and said, "Son, do you know what truly makes a man great?" Jonathan thought for a moment and replied, "Maybe intelligence or power?" The old judge shook his head and said, "No, my boy, greatness is not measured by knowledge or wealth. It is measured by the respect you give to others. Let me tell you a story. Long ago, in a small town, there lived two brothers, Michael and Aaron. Michael, the elder brother, was hardworking and intelligent. Aaron, the younger one, was ambitious but often disrespectful. One day, their father, a wise man, called them and said, "I will give each of you $1. Go out and spend it however you like. But remember, your choices today will shape your future." Excited, Aaron spent his money recklessly. He bought expensive clothes, fine dining experiences, and showed off his wealth. He spoke rudely to store owners, belittled waiters, and ignored those who couldn't benefit him. Meanwhile, Michael observed people around him. He helped a struggling small business, paid for an elderly neighbor's medical bills, and generously tipped service workers. He always spoke politely, thanked everyone, and treated all with kindness. Years passed, and their father grew old. He gathered the community and announced, "Today, I will decide who will inherit my legacy." Aaron confidently stepped forward and said, "Father, I am smarter. I know how to make money. I should be the one to take over." Michael, on the other hand, remained humble and respectful. Without boasting, the father turned to the townspeople and asked, "Who among my sons do you respect the most?" Without hesitation, everyone pointed to Michael. "He is kind, humble, and respects everyone, so we respect him too." The father then turned to Aaron and said, "My son, intelligence and wealth may open doors, but only respect keeps them open. People don't follow the richest man, they follow the one who treats them with dignity. Michael has earned their hearts, and so he will inherit my legacy." Aaron finally understood his mistake. Respect was not just about being polite, it was about truly valuing others, listening with patience, and showing kindness in actions. Hearing this, Jonathan was deep in thought. Mr. Hayes continued, "A true man is not defined by his success, but by how he treats those around him. If you want to be respected, let me teach you how. Listen more, speak less. A respectful man listens carefully. Whether it's a colleague, a friend, or a stranger." Jonathan began actively listening instead of just waiting for his turn to talk. Use polite words, simple words like "please," "thank you," and "I appreciate it" create deeper connections. He started using kind words, and people responded more positively. Respect everyone, the janitor, the waiter, the CEO, treat them all with equal respect. Jonathan greeted the office cleaner by name and saw how a small gesture made a big impact. Show gratitude, appreciate people, and they will respect you more. He began writing down 3 things he was grateful for every night. Control your anger, reacting rudely only damages relationships. Jonathan learned to pause before responding, improving his interactions. Be honest and keep promises. Integrity builds lifelong respect. He apologized when wrong and made sure to keep his word. Treat women with respect. A real man values women as equals. He stopped ignoring his wife's concerns and became more supportive. Respect elders and learn from them, they have wisdom that experience alone cannot teach. Jonathan started visiting his aging parents more often, realizing their advice was priceless. Help others selflessly, true respect is earned through actions, not words. He helped mentor a struggling colleague, expecting nothing in return. Carry yourself with dignity, your presence should reflect your character. Jonathan became a more composed, confident, and well-respected leader. Over the next few months, Jonathan practiced these habits. At first, the changes seemed small, but gradually, people treated him differently. His employees respected him not just as a boss but as a leader. His friends trusted him more because he genuinely listened. His family felt heard and valued, and his relationship with them improved. By the end of the year, Jonathan was not just a successful businessman, he was a respected man. Years later, as an accomplished entrepreneur and mentor, Jonathan was often asked about the secret to his success. He always smiled and said,
"Respect is not something you demand. It is something you earn. If you want others to respect you, start by respecting them first. Be humble, be kind, and let your actions speak louder than words. Because in the end, people won't remember what you had, but how you made them feel."